Alrighty. Good afternoon, everyone. This is going to be the trade recap that I took today. I Something I just noticed is that my fucking audio is so shit on the MacBook. But there is no worries. I fucking ordered a new microphone so that it sounds way better. Because I just started watching some of the videos back and I hate that audio quality. It's so shit. But we have one coming in 2 to 5 days. So super excited to see how this new mic is going to turn out. And I am extremely grateful that I have the opportunity, I have the ability to invest into a mic. So always got to be grateful for those little things, right? Anyways, let's go ahead and get started. I believe I am sharing my screen right now. Let me see. Share. Nice. Sweet. All right. So I only took one trade today on the NASDAQ, and it was a pretty good trade. I followed my system and I followed my plan. So I'm just going to walk you guys through the thought process of this trade and why we adjust or why we moved our stops to where we did, why did we take the trade, and et cetera, et cetera. Sweet. So, first off, starting off on the day, I was feeling pretty bullish overall. Um, During the first AM macro, there was some potential short opportunities. However, I was more focused on longs today based off of my strategy. So, starting off with the 4 hour, if we take a look right here, with this 4 hour, we were trading into this gap. So, I was deeming this 4 hour to be bullish. On the hourly, we had price. Let's see, we were trading on this candle. Price was on this candle. So I was paying attention to these bullish gaps as well right below. We were trading within them, still bullish as well. 30 minute, we did have the 30 minute inverse these two bullish gaps. However, we traded into this last bullish gap and we were bullish during that time. 15 minute bullish trading into another gap. So that's the one way I find my bias is literally just seeing the higher time frame gaps. What are we trading in? If candle hasn't closed yet, we automatically assume it's being respected. Therefore, we were bullish today. 5 minute as well. We saw the 5 minute inverse this previous gap, which gave me such high conviction to take this trade because the only thing now stopping us from moving higher would be this potential order block, but I don't really pay attention to order blocks. I just mostly focus on gaps and market structure shifts. Market structure shifts. Apologies. Still working on my speech. Anyways, so then we created this 5 minute gap. So that was just so perfect to me. I was like, if price pulls back into here, we literally have all the confluences we need in the world to fucking take this long. And we swept out London lows. So what do? We zoom out to the or zoom into the 1 minute time frame and we see, I like to call this the type 3 shift. I coined it from this guy named Tom Trades. I learned a lot of my stuff from him and I combined it with other concepts as well. But overall, I look for that type 3 shift on the 1 minute and try to pair it with the 5 minute candle behavior and 15 as well. 30 in the hourly, not focusing too much on the candle behavior because I am trading the lower time frames. So I do like a little bit more detail. So with that being said, we had the 5 minute inversing this gap and we had a type 1 close. And the minute we had price open, price pulled back. So naturally, with candle behaviors, what price likes to do on the open of the candle, especially if we are following trend, we will naturally see price pull back, create that wick, and then flip up to continue higher. And the reason why you want to wait for the new 5, 15 or hourly candle to open and create that bottom wick is because then it gives you a range as to it gives you a range as to where price can go, right? So would you rather buy the breakout above this high or would you rather find a shift on the lower time frame to then predict this higher time frame candle flipping to then get more of a range and a better risk to reward. So that's kind of my thought process on candle behavior. And if you guys want more information on that, definitely go to Tom's channel. He is so fucking good at explaining that shit. Like I 1000% think he's one of the best mentors out there. He has been more recently going down to lower time frames, which I have not been really enjoying too much. But as in terms of 1 minute structure, that's kind of where been staying. Anyways, price pulls back on this new 5 minute candle. We are now trading into this bullish gap. I also see price aligned with the 1 minute bullish gap as well. So I end up taking my long right here. I think I could have done better and maybe been patient and let price pull back a little bit more as well, just to get closer to the shit, just get closer to where price shifted, and also just paying attention to this being a leg move higher at the 50% level would have given me a better risk to reward as well. This could have been a target that could have yielded a better profit target. But it is what it is. Ended up taking our entry right here. We had stops right at 30 points, give or take. I think it was like right here, something like that. Was looking to just target these highs, and overall price was moving in that direction. We also have a 15-minute type 1 as well. So this is the characteristic, right? On that new 15-minute candle, we see price pull back. That pullback creates that bottom wick, and we will wait for the price to then flip and give us this breakout to continue up to these other 15-minute levels. Yeah, so it was pretty damn fucking beautiful. We end up seeing price pushing higher. We were looking to get that flip. 5 minutes still holding. And the moment we saw a closure above here, I moved my stops right to break even. And the reason why was because I wanted to cover my risk. And just knowing that October price action has just been so mid, I wanted to just make sure that my risk was covered. And I was doing, I'm pretty proud of the fact of how I was managing it. But anyways, now we had our first target being this 5 minute bearish gap right here. I was looking to take profits, but I was also in the mindset of just trying to let my trades run as far as possible, at least until my 2R. And I was already de-risked, so I just wanted to be able to let the markets kind of do its thing and let it take me out if it takes me out. Just to practice that muscle of being able to hold my trades, especially um, doing it over time in the long run. I think it's super important to be able to trust your process and plan. But obviously, if you're going for a higher higher win rate and a higher risk reward, then uh, or just higher win rate in general, then you naturally want to go for a lower risk reward, so you could totally cover your full profit right there, and that would secure you a 1.3 R, which is more than enough, right? Definitely something I should reconsider again because I used to be that person that would take it at 1.2 and 1.3 Rs and just kind of trusting my intuition on whether or not I should take it out or not. But obviously, I could still work on that muscle, that mental muscle of just knowing when to practice holding my trades and knowing when to cut it. Maybe this was a time to cut it, but intuitively, I was just really trusting the setup, and I was also just seeing that the larger time frame was obviously bullish, and I just wanted to let it play out. I need to slow down on my talk. But we end up getting hit break even. If we had kept our original stops, price would have rode to target, but we don't play based on what ifs because that is super outcome based and that is not how we trade. We focus more on what is the opportunity that we were able to learn from this specific trade, right? And price just ends up doing his thing, we end up getting the direction right. Definitely know that if we were doing set and forget, it would be a different story, but it is what it is. And yeah, so that was the trade for the day. I think I did a very good job managing it. I think tomorrow going into the day, I want to be focused on the exact same things as well, just being patient. There's no, I don't need to take trades tomorrow. I don't need to worry about any payouts. I know that there are times where, and let me know if you do this too, but there are times where when you are, you know, trading really well, you're just eager for that payout. You then start having your mind be a little bit more outcome phase focused, and you have to be super aware of what you say because this when you mention when you talk a little bit too much about the outcome of things, it does shift your perspective a little bit. And that's where you want to be extremely careful, especially when you're going into the markets, because if you have that mindset coming into the markets, you're not going to be making the best quality decisions that you can. You're not going to be taking the highest quality trades because guess what? You're now not focused on that process. You're more focused on the outcome. And what is your outcome? Making more money, right? And when you have an attachment to that outcome and you don't get it, and when you don't get what you want, that's when you start going into that emotional spiral. And that's why it's super important to have self-awareness. And because that's the first step to preventing it from happening again. You're self-aware so that you catch your thought, you catch that subconscious thought by the tail, and you pause it. You'd be like, hey, this is not what I want to think. This is not true. Like, I need to focus on what is in front of me. The market isn't telling me to go long or short right now. It is literally chopping. Let me wait for more price action to develop. And that is the mindset you need to have. You need to be having a very objective perspective of the market and see that it does not care about what you're doing. You have to just go with the flow of the market, follow the process, follow your system, follow your model, because over time, that's how it's going to make you money. If you just had 1 month of locking in, and I explained this in one of my videos before, but locking in is not putting hours into backtesting. Locking in is when you're in front of the charts and you're in front, market open, it's the time you're ready to trade. You have to have no distractions, clear your table, no phone. I go on my phone to film TikToks and create content, but most of the time when it comes to that market session, I am paying attention to markets, right? I am focused on what is happening in front of me, making sure that I am not attached to any result and making sure that I am being extremely patient. That is something I am consciously aware of. Now, once you start doing it consciously many, many, many times, then it starts to become subconscious. So you have to practice being conscious and being self-aware. You have to move with conviction. You have to trust in your conscious mind to know that you're doing the right thing, right? You don't want to subconsciously be trading when your beliefs aren't right, when your beliefs aren't meant for trading, right? So there's a lot of rewiring that you need to do. But enough with the mindset talk. We can totally do another video on that. But overall, this was a good trade, very well managed, ends up chopping higher throughout the day. So definitely not something I wanted to be in anyways, but definitely overall a good day. Um, Hopefully this month, November, provides us some good price action, but I want to make sure that every video or every trade that I take is literally the highest quality setup. I'm not going to settle for any low quality setups, and I'm keeping my word to that. And yeah, hopefully you guys had a good day. Hopefully you guys were able to catch some profits, but tomorrow will be a great day as well. Every day is a great day as long as we wake up and we have food on the table, we have a family, we have someone to love us. I know maybe we don't have that, but then now you have yourself, right? Or you have God. So just practice gratitude, practice gratitude. That is what gets you through these times. And believe me when I say your faith is everything, especially in trading. I fucking mean it. You have to believe in God. You have to, because He's the only one that can help you maintain a calm spiritual mindset, a calm, peaceful mindset, right? One thing that I learned recently is that prayer is a form of manifestation, but it's a form of positive manifestation only because God will never allow for negative things to manifest into your life, especially when you pray to him. When you pray to him, you ask for something, he might not give it to you because he knows that it's going to be bad for your life. So you have to understand that prayer is super important. Yes, you can manifest all you want, but just know that if you add a layer of prayer to it, God will make sure that whatever you manifest, he will give you the right things, right? He won't, so that he will get rid of the bad things that you manifest as well. That is something that we all need because there's a lot of evil in this world. Spirits are real. You need to trust in that shit because this physical world this is not just the only world. It doesn't make sense if this was the only world to begin with. So just trust that there's a spiritual world, there's a spiritual form of yourself that you need to connect to. And the moment you're in alignment with that, and the moment you find peace with Lord, that is when you become free. And that is when everything starts to click for you because you're going to be operating at your highest version of yourself. Because guess what? God wants that for you. So just take the time to pray. That's all I ask. All right. I will catch you guys later.